Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're going to take a look at another of my Robocon haul from this year. This is a set of Transformer models that was apparently sold in Korea, according to the dealer I bought this off of. So, we're going to take a closer look at it. As you can primarily see, it looks like it was released around the G2 time, due to the fact that it has Megatron in a tank. And we got Thrust here in purple instead of white. And I believe this is intended to be Sideswipe, done as a black Lamborghini instead of a red one. Of course, down here in the corner, we've got a copyright year of 1997. So that would have been well after the G2 line was discontinued here in America. So, interesting. We got up here some more language that I'm not going to try to use, but up here this is more correct in the showing of the toys that were available in this series: Optimus, Starscream, Sideswipe, and Soundwave. Of course, on the back of the box, it's just more of the same as what was on the front. Side here doesn't show much different than what was on the top. But along this side here, this shows the actual toys that would be built out of this. We got Optimus, we got Sideswipe, we got Soundwave, and we have Starscream. Of course, they've got Soundwave in red instead of predominantly blue. Of course, the way this is marked, this contained Optimus and Soundwave. And it did take me almost about 3 hours to put them both together, because they aren't exactly the best. Stay put there, Soundwave. I'll just brace him against the back wall there. There's Soundwave, and here's Optimus. As you can see, a lot of their colors are considerably different from their American toys, or heck, from many of them that were released throughout the world. They were a bit of a challenge to assemble, as you had to assemble the various components. And of course, since these are capable of transforming, that also factors in to how well they hold themselves together. What they also have are some cheap and flimsy paper stickers to fill in the details, and these I don't really like because they don't stick very well, and they come off if you sneeze at them, or just if you look at them wrong, they fall off. But at either rate, let's go ahead and put them in their alternate modes. Yeah, you had to build Prime's fists. They were 2 pieces, so unfortunately, due to the way that was, he does not hold his gun properly. But of course, if you know how to transform Optimus, and I think just about every fan does know that much, so I'm not going to spill out how to do it, because it's more or less the exact same way that you would be transforming the toy. And there we go, we've got him in truck mode, which is not a bad. Truck mode isn't as bad. The robot mode's kind of terrible, but again, since the arms are gray instead of red, that makes big contrast, and that I'm not happy with. But Can't really argue with it too much. How does he... Let's adjust the camera here. How well does he roll on the table? Not bad. Not bad, actually. He does roll pretty good, so they at least got that part right. Just the legs are pretty loose on him. So if you give him any sort of gravity, the legs will want to drop out. That, I think, more is just how it was made more than anything else. Of course, we'll do the same for Soundwave. Soundwave's gun is in two pieces. It doesn't come apart. But you basically cannot fold it up to be in the battery because the battery cover is not detachable. It is all one piece. Fold it up and connect like so. Do the same thing on the other side. And connect like so. And there you have it. Now again, I would have preferred Soundwave being in his natural blue instead of this red. I mean, heck, even black for Sound Blaster would have been better than this red. This red just, doesn't go well. But for those of you who are probably wondering, yes, you can open up the door. They did not include with him a cassette warrior, so you'll just have to imagine one of them coming out. Pick your favorite and go with that. But there they both are in their alternate modes. Each one was packaged individually, and they came with a set of instructions. If you're an advanced model builder, you really wouldn't have had much difficulty putting these guys together. It's really not rocket science, although if you don't have a lot of experience putting models together, you might have had some difficulty in working with them. So trying to restrain my arrogance on having done this for a long time. I got into model building when I was in the Cub Scouts. That would have put me at about 6 or 7 years old when I started putting models together, and it's been an off and on hobby of mine ever since. So typically, with me also being a fan of Japanese animation, I've put together quite a few odd and strange things over the course of my life, so this didn't really pose that much of a challenge to me, even with it being in a foreign language that I cannot read. But it was still fun to do. This is on the back of the instructions, by the way. It's the same thing on both of them, so nothing's getting hidden from you. Basically got a big banner to show the 4 toys, and then here they all are. Probably a little bit of a bio and something to say what they transformed into, and that's really about it. There isn't much to go on with this. As for where I would rank it, I would say these, unfortunately, just given their fragile nature, they're going to obviously be a bottom tier thing. I've got nothing against how they were done, or where they came from, or where they were sold, or anything like that. There's no bias for that in here. It's just the end results of them are rather disappointing, to say the least. I mean, I don't like the color contrast because it really doesn't flow very well. I hate the paper stickers on these things because there's just no adhesive to them. Or at least I can say that for Prime. Prime's stickers have been the worst. Soundwave, I've not really had any problem with his stickers. I mean, could some of it be affected by the fact that these toys are 20 plus years old? Quite possibly, but I still don't care for the end results of how the toys came out, and the fact they don't really hold up very well in their robot modes. Their alternate modes, they're not bad. They'd almost make a nice set piece in a diorama or something, if that's something that you're into. But other than that, unless you really like the challenge of putting a model together, I'd say don't bother tracking something like this down unless you want to just keep it in the box and display it as a novelty item for your collection. Otherwise, I don't really think it's worth the time and effort for many of you out there. But again, that's just my opinion. I don't mean anything negative against any of you, my viewers. I'm just expressing my opinion on them, which is why you come here in the first place. But if you do happen to find one, and you don't mind the challenge, go for it. By all means, and if you do happen to get them, please show them off here like I've done. I'd love to see them. Anyway, that's my review of these Korean models of Optimus and Soundwave. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up here on YouTube. Don't forget as well, hit that subscribe button down below, join up within our ranks, and please feel free to share your thoughts about these two in the comments section down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.